Hello class, this is pre-algebra, lesson 1.5, and today we're talking about subtraction. All right, let's come up with a quick scenario here. Let's say you and your friend are at the store. Your friend has $10 in his hand, or her hand, and they want to go buy, let's say, peanut butter. The peanut butter costs $7. They get to the cashier says, all right, you owe $7, no tax. How much is left over? How much does your friend get back in change? Well, all you need to do is do the $10 and take away the $7. If I were writing this out, I would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I would remove 7 of those dollars to give the cashier. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many leftover dollars do I have? Well, it's very simple. I've got 1, 2, 3. $10 minus $7 is a difference of $3 in change. That's how much your friend is getting back, right? We call this answer the answer to a subtraction problem, the difference. D-I-F-F-E-R-E-N-C-E, the difference. There's a takeaway there. The answer to any subtraction problem is the difference. Just like the answer to any addition problem, 10 plus 7, which is 17, is called the sum. The sum is for addition, and the difference is the difference or the distance between two numbers. Subtraction also works for telling somebody the directions and distance. If I, Mr. Thomas, am here on a field, let's say it's a football field, right? And I am at the, I don't know what this is. This is the goal line, right? This is the 50-yard line. And my friend Roger is at the 50-yard line. Well, what's the distance in between the two of us? It's simple. All you need to do is you take one person's position, so let's say Roger's is at 50, and you subtract my position, which let's say is at, I don't know, the goal is 0, right? 0 yards. So all you do is starting position, subtract your ending position, and you will get 50 minus 0. Well, you didn't go anywhere. So that is a difference of 50 yards between us. If I was at 10 yards, it'd be 50 minus 10, the 10-yard line, which would be a distance of 40 yards between us. Okay? But anyway, the idea is we're talking about the difference. Now, let's try to subtract some large numbers from each other. Let's say I had the number 885 gerbils were born, and somebody sold 57 of those gerbils. How many gerbils are left over? Well, it's easy. If we're going to use our method of stacking, I simply do 885 on the top. You want to do the larger number on the top. It's easier. And then you want to do the smaller number on the bottom. And again, I'm going to color code these so that we can track where all of our numbers are. The hundreds place will be blue. The tens place will be red. The ones place will be green. I put my subtraction sign over here. And just like in addition, I start at the end. What is 5 minus 7? We can't do that when we're doing this, so we need to borrow from the 8. We're taking away 110 from the 80, so that reduces it to 70. And then we transfer that 10 to the 5. 10 added to 5 is 15. So the math there was the 10 from the 80, which turned it into 70, plus the 5 ones that were already there, give me a total of 15. I just wanted to show the background math going on there. So 15 take away 7, right? So that's 15 take away 7, so that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That was 5 plus 3, that was 8. 15 minus 7 is 8. Next, we go over to the 70. 70 minus 5 is 65. I leave the 1 there, and I carry over the 60 part to the 8. So now that's 8 plus 6, which is, sorry, I had a brain fart there. 6 plus 6 is 12. 12 plus 2 is 14. So 1. Brain fart. Excuse me. The 70 should be a 7. It is 70 minus 50. There we go. So 7 minus 5 is 2, which in reality is a 20. There we go. So there's nothing that's carried over. You drop the 8, it's 828. Sorry about that, I had a brain fart. 828. If we want to test that, we can. We can go, what is 885 minus 828? Well, we borrow again from the 8, get a 7. 15 minus 8 is 7. 7 minus 2 is 5. 8 minus 8 is 0. Behold, 57 on both ends. 885 minus 828 is 57. 885 minus 57 is 828. All right, let's try subtraction with using grouping. So if I have 903 and I want to subtract 256, how can I do it? First, let's do stacking. So I've got 903 minus 256. I start at the end. I cannot take away 6 from a 3. I try to borrow from the 1 next door. I can't borrow nothing from 0. So I need to borrow from the 9. So from the 9, for this round, I'm just going to take 1. That turns it into an 8. I'm going to give it to this 10. And then I'm going to take 1 away from the 10 to make it a 9. And then I'm going to take that 1 that I borrowed and give it to the 3, which is technically now a 13, because it was a 10 I borrowed from the 10. It was 100 technically. So 13 minus 6 is 12. So 7, right? 13 minus 6 is 7. 9 minus 5 is 4. 8 minus 2 is 6. 647 is our answer. Now I'm going to try to do it with grouping. So what I have is a 900. Actually, I'll write it out for you so you can see how it would break down. 903 can translate into 900 plus 0 plus 3. I write everything out. And then my 256 turns into a 200 plus a 50 plus a 6. All right. And I'm subtracting that whole bottom section. I leave the addition symbols in there, so at the end, I know what I'm adding and subtracting. I'm just going to carry down these plus signs. And then I start again at the back. Can I take away a 3 from a 6? No. Can I borrow a 1 from the 0? No. Can I borrow something from the 900s? Yes, I can take and borrow 100, which leaves me with 800. I'm going to transfer that 100 I borrowed to this 0. So that means 0 plus 100 is 100. And then I'm going to borrow a 10 from this 100 that I just got. And that's going to give me down to 90. I should write that in red. It's going to borrow me down to a 90. I'm going to take the 10 I borrowed from that 100 and give it to the 3. So 10 plus 3 equals 13. So this number is now 13. And now I can do my subtraction. 13 minus 6 again is 7. 90 minus 50 is 40. 800 minus 200 is 600. And now I just add these together. 600 plus 40 is 640. And then drop this plus 7. 640 plus just another 7 is going to be 647. It's a little longer, but some people find it's cleaner and easier to do. 647 is the difference for this problem. Okay. Finally, we're going to do one more problem, and just to hammer home the point. So let's try this large number here. 1,357 minus 967. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start actually with the grouping first. So I'm going to break down the 1,357. So I've got 1,000 here. Oh, you know what I should do is I should write it out sideways. So I've got 1,357 minus 967. Oh, I'm sorry, it's 1,035. That's why this is not making sense. It's 1,035 minus 967. Excuse me. So 1,035 minus 967. I'm going to break it up over here. Let's label our colors. 0, 9, and this will be black. So I've got a 1,000 plus a 0 plus a 30 plus a 5. Down here, I've got a 900 plus a 60 plus a 7. All right, now I'm subtracting everything over here. And I say to myself, all right, let's start at the end at ones. Can I take 7 away from 5? Not right now. Can I borrow from the 30? Well, if I borrow from the 30, I'm still going to be low for my 60. Can I borrow from the 0? Nope. I have to borrow from my 1,000, right? So let's just take 1,000 right now. So let's take 1,000 out. That's going to turn into no thousands, right? We're going to transfer that over here to this spot. I borrowed 1,000. I don't need 1,000 here, so I'm going to take out 100. That's going to leave me with 900. Since I borrowed that 100, I'm going to add it over here to this 30. 100 plus 30 is 130. I'm going to borrow 10 from that. That's going to leave me with 120. And I'm going to transfer that 10 over to the 5. 10 plus 5 is 15. So now I've got 15 minus 7, which is 8. I've got 120 minus 60, which is still 60. I've got 900 minus 900, which is 0. And I've got, well, nothing over here anymore because I borrowed it. 0 plus 0 is 0. If I add these together, that's 0 plus 60 plus 8. 0 plus 60 is 60. 60 plus 8 is 68. So the answer we should get is 68. That was if I used a grouping. Now I'm going to use stacking. Remember, feel free to use whichever one you feel is useful. So I'm going to borrow 1,000, so that's going to 0. This becomes 10, I borrow again, it becomes 9. 13, I borrow again, becomes 12. 15 minus 7 is 8. 12 minus 6 is 6. Sorry, let me draw in the colors. 12 minus 6 is 6. 9 minus 9 is 0. 0 minus 0 is 0. I get 68 on both ends. And that's it. So what did we learn today? We learned that just like addition, you can use either stacking or grouping to solve your math problems, and that the answer to a subtraction problem is called a difference. All right, I hope you learned quite a bit today. We will see you in 1.6. Have a good day.